assistance of a sailor. The distance from Alexandria via Syra to Malta is 950 sea miles. We took 8 days to accomplish this distance, landing only at Syra. The heat was moderate enough, seldom reaching 28 degrees or 29 degrees Reaumur. The appearance of Malta is picturesque. It contains no mountains, and consists entirely of hills and rocks. The town of La Valette is surrounded by 3 lines of fortifications, winding like steps up the hill on which the town lies. The latter contains large, fine houses, all built of stone. September 15th. This morning at 8 o'clock we disembarked, and were marched off to keep quarantine in the magnificent castle of the Knights of St. John. This building stands on a hill, affording a view over the whole island in the direction of Civita Vecchia. We found here a number of clean rooms, and were immediately supplied with furniture, bedding, etc., by the establishment at a very reasonable charge. Our host at once dispatched to every guest a bill of fare for our breakfast and dinner, so that each one can choose what he wishes, without being cheated as to the prices. The keepers here are very obliging and attentive. They almost all know something of Italian, and execute any commission with which they are entrusted punctually and well. The building for the incarcerated ones is situate on an elevated plateau. It has 2 large wings, one on each side, 1 story high, containing apartments, each with a separate entrance. Adjoining the courtyard is the inn, and not far from it the church. Neither, however, may be visited by the newcomers. The requisite provisions are procured for them by a keeper, who takes them to the purchasers. The church is always kept locked. A broad, handsome terrace, with a prospect over the sea, the town of La Valette, and the whole island forms the foreground of the picture. The terrace and the ramparts behind the houses form very agreeable walks. The courtyard of our prison is very spacious, and we are allowed to walk about in it as far as the statue which stands in the middle. Until 10 o'clock at night we enjoy our liberty, but when this hour arrives we are sent to our respective rooms and locked up. The apartments of the keepers are quite separate from ours. The arrangements of the whole establishment are so good and comfortable, that we almost forget that we are prisoners. What a contrast to the quarantine house at Alexandria! If a traveller receives a visitor, he is not separated from his guest by ditches and bars, but stands only 2 steps from him in the courtyard. The windows here are not grated, and though our clothes were hung on horses to air, neither we nor our effects were smoked out. If it had not been for the delay it caused, I should really have spent the 18 days of my detention here very pleasantly. But I wished to ascend Mount Etna, and was a fixture here until the 2nd of October. End of section 33.